Hey guys, it's Bren and welcome to the last video that I will be filming in this apartment because I am moving. So everything's a mess. This whole place is a mess. It's just boxes everywhere. There's a box right there and I'm realizing that was there in my last video too. Things are kind of chaotic, but the good thing about moving is that it gets you to kind of like reevaluate your stuff and clear things out. And my goal this past month was to use up some candles that I had that only had like a little bit left, just to kind of get them out of the way so I didn't have to move them because I'm already moving like close to 300 candles and that is enough. So all the candles in today's Empties video are just going to be Bath & Body Works 3 wicks. That's what I've got. And essentially I just looked at the shelf and if it was down to like 20%, I was using it up. Now there were a couple that I couldn't do that with. I've got a marshmallow fireside that has like this much left, but I was like, I just can't burn that one past Christmas. Like it is a fall winter only scent, but I did have a couple that were kind of like borderline, like maybe year-round scents that I wanted to get rid of, and I've got some summer scents, and so I just wanted to share it with you guys. I don't do Empties videos a lot, but I know a lot of people like them, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity since I was getting rid of a lot of stuff at once to just kind of save them up and talk about them, and so let's go. All right, we'll start with the most fall one of all. I used up a pumpkin peanut brittle. This was a bit much for this time of year because it is more of like, it came out in fall and I think of it as more of a fall scent, but I do really just kind of like it overall a lot. It was my favorite from 2018. It won my like top new Bath & Body Works candles of 2018 countdown. It is so strong, so strong. I talked in my last video about how I went from burning the Pure Integrity soy candles to this for a minute, and it was just like, whoo, it will blow you out of the house. But just, it's so good. It was really strong till the end. So if we're doing the Empties video full burn review thing, then I have no complaints about this candle. This was still just as strong, still just as good, and burned really well all the way to the very bottom. I did have a little bit of puny wick syndrome at the very last burn where I sopped a little wax out just to kind of get it to pool out, but unfortunately that is not uncommon, especially with a Bath & Body Works candle. I might be able to get one more burn out of this one because the wicks did not put themselves out. All of the rest of the candles I have, the wicks put themselves out. But the truth is, it's just too kind of like much of a winter scent for me. I just had enough. So we'll go ahead and we'll retire this one. But that was pumpkin peanut brittle. Okay, I also finally used up an Italy Tuscan lemon tart. I love this candle so much. I didn't even love it when it first came out that much, which is why I didn't buy that many. But I've been hanging on to like this much of one of these forever. And I finally was just like, I gotta go ahead and use this up. So I did go ahead and have this one burn all the way down until it put itself out. And honestly, I had no issues with this candle. It was still strong all the way till the end. I never got puny wick syndrome with this one. I will definitely be keeping the lid. I don't even have it on here right now, but this is one that came with a glitter lid. So those lids are nice. I will keep that forever, but it's time to say goodbye to the rest of this candle. So I rarely burn this because I just want to save like this scent. I have a few more now. I think I might have 2. I might have 3 more. And I will be hanging on to those and hoarding them like a miser forever and hardly ever burning them too. But I finally decided I could part with one. I also used up another kind of fall scent that you could argue could be year-round. I used up a Campfire Donut. This was the original release of it, and it's been out many times since, but it was so close to being done, I was like, I gotta get this one out of here. I still have another one of these from the original release. This one was puny wick syndrome all day long. Every time I lit this up, I had to kind of soak some wax out to get it to pool out. This one did not perform that well. I cannot say that. But the scent didn't change. So even on the last burn, it still smelled true to the, scent that it's supposed to smell. It didn't like start smelling burnt or weird. And honestly, usually, especially these lighter candles will get a little gray, like the wax will get a little dirty and gross at the end. And this one really didn't. So the only problem with this one was just low flames. That was kind of annoying, but it was still pretty good till the end. All right, what else do we have? Okay, so I used up one of my original failed test scents, the original key lime pie. So the Bath & Body Works just came out with the new key lime pie. This one was close to being done, and I have another one of these that I'll like never ever burn now, but this was a repackage of Tequila Lime Cupcake, which I also have some of those. So I was okay parting with one. What I loved about this candle was the wax color though. It's so bright, just neon green. It's really pretty when it's burning. I'm really on the fence. I still can't say, and when I did my review of the new key lime pie, I couldn't say if I liked it better than the old one or not. I really just like them both, but they're very different. I like Clover. She hardly ever makes an appearance. It's just not as sweet as the new one, but it's delicious. And this one, I didn't really get puny wicks with it to the very end, but the wax is not as pretty anymore. That bright green wax that's very nice when it's new, and it's definitely not really that vibrant anymore, but it burned pretty well to the end. It wasn't super high flames either. I'm trying to remember. I think I might have had to take like a cotton ball to the wax maybe once or twice on this one. But again, that's not unusual for these candles. It's more unusual when you don't have to do that with a Bath & Body Works candle when you're at the very end. This one was Puny Wicks too, Sweet Cherry Pie. This is one of the original Sweet Cherry Pies, so they re-released it a little bit later. I've been hearing that that one's not quite as good or as strong, but I didn't ever burn the new one. I bought some, I have some, but I wanted to get through the first one that I had first. So this was the original Sweet Cherry Pie. It's so good, it's so strong, and the scent remained true all the way till the end, but it, like Campfire Donut, had very bad puny wicks, and I definitely had to sop wax out of this a few times as it was getting down to like the last 15-20%. And this one still looks like, no, one of the wicks put itself out. And it looks like maybe a couple might burn for another few minutes. But anyway, so I love this scent. I just love Sweet Cherry Pie so much. I like it so much better than Black Cherry Merlot. I just really like that they put that little bit of bakery in there. But I can't really tell you if like the newer version's not as good. I can just tell you that I've heard that, but I hope that's not true because man, I really enjoyed this one. All right, some newer stuff that I kind of got rid of. Well, this isn't a new version, but it's a candle that's still out. I used up an Aloha Kiwi Passionfruit, and then I cleaned the jar out and used it to store my lotions in. So yeah, one of the first videos I ever did on this channel was like how to clean a candle jar. And basically, I just kind of like put it on a melter to, oops, I'm dropping things, to loosen up the glue on the bottom of the wicks, clear it out, and then use baby oil to clean the wax out. So I did that with this jar. Aloha Kiwi Passionfruit, one of my all-time favorite scents from them. It's really like tart, it's fruity. I like it a lot, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This candle was not good to the last drop. This candle was good to like the last 20%, and then the wax got really gray and it started to smell burnt and the scent was just not as good. So this is the first one in this video where I really felt like that, but it definitely turned, even though I still love the scent so much, it's just really not that good after you get down past this point. It just starts to smell just not as vibrant and kind of burnt. So that stinks, but you know. All right, I used up a waffle cone. So that bad boy is gone. Even though the wax turned kind of gray on this one, it still smelled good all the way till the end. It's just not very pretty looking, that wax color, but it still smelled good, and this one didn't have very bad like puny wick syndrome. It burned pretty well all the way down to the bottom here, and it's another all-time favorite of mine. Just really, really great. And this, I feel like you can burn it year-round. It kind of has like a cinnamon aspect that's nice for fall, but it's actually come out always in the summer, so they're calling it Waffle Cone. I don't know. I think you could burn this anytime. Strong till the end. Like, it did well. Most of these did pretty well, considering. And then we got Girl Power. So Girl Power is Strawberry Cupcake. And when, as much as I hate this label, it's so stupid, it's so dumb, but this version of Strawberry Cupcake burned so much better and so much stronger than the original Strawberry Cupcake, which came out in the White Barn Core collection with kind of like a orangish red glass. I remember loving the scent, but it threw like a 3. Well, for some reason, the girl power version throws much, much better, more like a 7 or an 8, just really much, much better. They really improved it with this version. I just wish it didn't have such a dumb label. I hope they bring it back again with a better label because the label was so stupid. I didn't really stock up. I have 2 more, but I would get more if it came out in cuter packaging. This one did struggle with puny wick syndrome a little bit towards the end, but like a moderate amount. Like a little worse than some of the other ones I've talked about, and a little better than some of the other ones I've talked about. Like I probably had to soak some wax out of it 3 or 4 times as I got right to the end. But overall, this one burned forever. I feel like this is one where I was like, okay, come on, you know, like all the rest were going pretty quick. This one lasted a while, and it was, you know, sufficiently strong until the end. So, and the wax is like a little gross, but it's not, this one was darker to begin with than some of these other ones. So I got rid of the strawberry cupcake too. So I used up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I also used up a banana split milkshake, banana split milkshake, and that was right before I decided I would do an Empties video, so I threw it away. So I don't still have the empty banana split milkshake, but that really is my favorite Bath & Body Works banana scent candle. It did get a little bit kind of like Aloha Kiwi, but not as bad. Like it did start to change towards the very end, like within that last like 15-20%, it started to get murky, but also that it felt like that translated to the scent a little bit. But I still really love that candle because for the most part, it did really well. So I also used that up. But that's everything. So now I'm going to recycle these bad boys and then move all of the rest of my candles. And the next time that you see me, I will be in a new place. I have no idea what my background will be or where I will film. I have to go through the whole process of like testing the lighting and all the different rooms and everything. But you'll see me again soon. And if you guys are just wondering about how the move is going and all of that, you know, I do have my second channel, Bren Blogs, which is just a blog about my life. And I just talk about whatever on there, but I've been sharing some information about the move and how it's going and all of that. So I'll be back on that channel as well after I get through this move, or maybe while I'm getting through this move, who knows? So thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Instagram at Candles and Music. I'll see you guys later. Bye.